Hi, I'm Nidhi Sharma. I'm the beauty editor for Vogue India. I've been with the magazine for about 7 years, and I write and work on everything from makeup to hair to skincare to fitness and wellness. I think the one person that has had a super influence on me from the industry over the last few years is Mrs. Meera Kulkarni from the For Essentials team. She's an absolute remarkable role model. Just the way she is, super graceful, really poised. Her brand is absolutely breathtaking. So I think she's one of those people who has inspired me a hell lot in the last 1 year. I've also had the chance to meet Victoria Beckham last year, and seen the kind of work that she's doing with Estee Lauder and the brand. So I think she's, how she's involved in the makeup, everything from the pigments to the packaging. It's really nice to see someone so hands-on, and so passionate about a project. I think for me, beauty was always an obsession. I think all the young girls, how they start out really is with their mother's makeup and playing around in the afternoon with their pearls and the shoes and the makeup. So I think for me, it started, of course, there. But I've had the fortune of traveling a lot, visiting a lot of countries, and sort of seeing, the beauty sort of aesthetic in those countries. And even when I was young and I was studying, I would save up my, whatever money my dad sort of sent me, and I would blow it up on skincare. Sometimes on makeup, mostly on skincare. While everyone I knew was partying up on a Friday and a Saturday night, I would probably be thinking, where can I go next with Selfridges, with Sephora? And I would spend 4, 5, 6 hours just browsing. And even when I was growing up, I think that was one of my favorite things to do, was just on a Saturday afternoon, go to Sephora, browse every aisle, make friends with every beauty advisor there, and just have a great time. I don't know if it's entirely genetics, but I feel like with skin, with aging, my philosophy on the whole thing is prevention is sort of better than trying to cure it. So I don't want to get to a stage where, I panic and I'm like, okay, I need to do this, that. I don't want to get onto that stage. So I think ever since I've just turned 30 this year, and I think when I was 28 and 29, I sort of made a conscious decision of making sure the right kind of skincare to use. And when I was in Korea a few years ago, the women there had the most beautiful skin, and everyone you saw on the street had great skin. And I would go up to, like a person who I knew, or I'd go up to a doctor and say, how do all these women have such great skin? And they would say that, for Korean women, skincare is not something that they, it's not a part of life, but it's a huge part of life. And that's when I got to know about the 14-step layering skincare regime that Korean women are very famous for. And I think it's just starting to catch up in India, the rest of the world now. But I think knowing about it 3-4 years ago really helped, and trial and error, of course. I had to find out which products didn't work on me, which did, what I needed, the combinations. So skincare, I feel, is a lot like cocktails, right? Like, you need to know what ingredient is great for you and what can you layer on, what can you mix. So I think it's taken about a year for me to figure out the cocktail that works best for me, and now that I found it, I tend to stick to it. In the morning, it starts with pretty much a really basic, very gentle cleanser. La Roche-Posay Toleriane is the one that I use. Super gentle, doesn't do anything to your skin. I start with that, followed by an essence. Right now I'm using the Estee Lauder Micro Essence, yeah. So like a watery substance that sort of tends to hydrate your skin. Then I layer about 3 serums over it. Morning is always vitamin C, it's always an antioxidant. So 3 serums, a moisturizer, a sunscreen, and then a facial oil. But throughout the day, I have a balm that I tend to sort of just apply wherever needed, wherever I tend to get dry. I apply it throughout the day. And in the night, it's about the same. It's just that in the night, I do a bit more sort of massage. I'll make sure that if I'm applying an eye cream, I do a bit of lymphatic drainage around it. I would use Foreo, which is my absolute favorite right now, every single night. So yeah, this little thing right here. It's great for sensitive skin. I think it takes off, after using it, you feel like, oh my God, I don't think I ever cleansed my face so beautifully before. Like, it literally takes off every single thing on there, all the grime, all the dirt, all the makeup. So you feel absolutely squeaky clean. And post that, it's just layers. And I think it always changes depending on what I'm thinking of doing. I know 3 months I tend to do vitamin C because I know I want to sort of brighten. Then I would move on to another serum after 3 months. I always try and do some form of retinol in the night because, in terms of skincare, that is really the ingredient that works. And yeah, a face oil to seal everything in. Right now, I think it's the Living Luminizer by RMS. I just feel like it gives you that most beautiful I'm awake glow. And yeah, so Foreo, the brush, my Living Luminizer, I'm big on highlighters. In fact, I'm like a highlighter hoarder. If you go to my dressing room, you would probably find about 20-ish highlighters, about 40-ish concealers. I'm a super concealer addict. For work every day, like my skincare stays constant. If I'm going out for a meeting, I would try and do foundation. Normally, I don't think I need it, so I avoid foundation. But for my eyes, it's mostly like a matte taupe chocolate eyeshadow, just something non-shimmery, something really, really basic, something that doesn't scream out. I save shimmers for the night. An eyeliner every single day, a kohl pencil and a mascara. So I'm a very eye makeup person. For lips, it would probably be a tinted lip balm. I won't do a bold lip because I just think it's too much maintenance, I think. I think eyes is just great. You put it on, in the night it's still the same. Like I never use one shampoo. I'm a bit of a, I don't know what to call it. Yeah, I'll use a volumizing for the roots. I'll use a smoothing for the ends. I will always use a hair mask. I think in the last 2 years, that is one of the biggest hair discoveries I've made, is that for my hair, which is super frizzy, it's not really thick, but it's really frizzy, a hair mask works much better than a conditioner. So I have stopped using conditioners altogether. Like every single day, I use a hair mask. So a hair mask has worked beautifully for me, and then it's a bit of serum, it's a bit of heat protecting, it's just a blast dry, and then you're good to go. I don't really get blow dries that often unless it's a big huge event, or don't use a lot of heat tools. I just like to leave it to air dry. When people know that I shampoo every single day, their first reaction is, oh my god, it's bad for your hair. And no, it's not. Like that's the only thing that keeps my hair in shape, healthy, all of that. If I don't, then I tend to see a hair fall, I tend to see, hair getting really greasy. So it depends. If I know that I'm going to be out morning to night and I need a volumizing shampoo to sort of hold my hair in place, I'll use that. On a Saturday or Sunday, I'll use a deep cleansing to sort of make sure all the gunk is out from all the styling tools. Or yeah, like a sensitive scalp, if the scalp is feeling a bit fried, I guess, yeah. I think it's mascara is one of those things that frames your eyes, because without mascara to sort of finish it all off, I think it's just an incomplete look, for sure. I think you need to find a really great quality mascara. I think you can't skimp on it. You need to make sure that you invest money on things that will last longer, that are more important. Foundation, for example, is super important to spend money on. You can't skimp on it. If your base isn't beautiful, anything you put on top of it will not matter.